All right, first off, I want to say I'm not trying to frighten anybody, no fear mongering here, but I think this is noteworthy, and if you are not already aware of it, I think that most people will agree with me that it's something that we need to know. We need to be aware, kept abreast of these types of things, and just keep an eye on things because here in the United States, we govern ourselves supposedly by the people for the people, right? And these elected officials are our elected representatives. And so, if they don't represent the majority of their constituency, then they're kind of going off the reservation a bit, wouldn't you think? But you can decide that for yourself. Governor of New Jersey. Okay? Governor of New Jersey. Now, earlier on, a couple weeks ago, per executive order, he suspended the NICS system in his state. And that had the direct effect, intentional or otherwise, though I can't imagine what other intended effect it was to have. It had the effect of shutting down all commercial and private sales of firearms and ammunition. No NICS system, no background checks, no sales of firearms or ammunition there. Whereas in other states, quite a few now, they deemed that retailers selling firearms and ammunition were essential businesses, especially in light of the current status of things where the police departments are overloaded. They got a lot going on. They're suffering the same, virus that ripping through their community, just like it's ripping through everybody else's communities. And there are certain calls that they just can't respond to right now, that they cannot personally show up for. And then you have places that have been releasing what they consider low-level criminal offenders. So now, Governor of New Jersey yesterday signs into effect, per executive order, a measure which gives the state police the authority to, his words, commandeer, my words, confiscate. I think that they're synonymous in this case. Medical equipment and supplies from anyone, his words. Anyone, my words, you, the citizens, his constituency, the citizens of New Jersey, you, those who he represents. Who else is anyone? In this case, who else is anyone? Who else? You. So he signed into effect an executive order that says if you have medical equipment or supplies or protective equipment like masks or like gloves or like whatever falls under this category, that he can take it away from you and direct it to where he feels it's more essential for it to be used or available. I understand there's a shortage on these things. I do believe that just putting the call out there, if you have an excess of these items and you are hoarding or stockpiling things like this, I think in good conscience, most people, decent people, would step up to the plate if you have, again, an overabundance of these things. But how many people out there, private citizens, are likely to have an overabundance of these things? How many private citizens out there, for example, have a ventilator in their home, that they don't need? How many private citizens are going to have, 1,000 masks, 1,000 pairs of medical gloves? I don't know. I would say that maybe, but, I don't know. And then the other thing you have to ask yourself is, how does he know where to look? What's next? Door to door? How do you know who has these things and who doesn't if it comes to that? But he has signed this measure into effect. So now they do have the right to come and confiscate these items from you. And again, I understand the need, totally. But I kind of look at that and think, so what if something happened and there was kind of like food was difficult to obtain? and you happen to have food or whatever. Anyway, I know it's hard to believe. I'm not making it up. I think it's noteworthy. There's a whole lot of craziness going on. A whole lot of craziness is starting to go on, and starting to see some strange things happening. I'll put the clip in here so that you can see for yourself. It is what it is. Tell me what you think.
This was echoed with an unexpected announcement. Murphy stating in a press conference he just signed an executive order allowing state police to take desperately needed medical supplies from anyone in the community.
We also all certainly hope that Pat doesn't have to use this authority. We would hope that folks would step forward and do the right thing. But if need be, we will use this authority.